So, have you seen Shirly Vs Nomi on TVS? It's every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. And today, I'm Seniatin. I'm gonna share my experience producing, directing, writing, and editing this. There's a lot of Ting Ting Supermarket, Ting the show. So, these are just 3 things that I feel like I wish I knew, and this is just like, if I were ever to do this again, I'm gonna watch this video again just to remind myself. So let's join me on this journey. So first thing, I come from a background of music videos, so most of the times I do not need any audio equipment, and that is one of the first lesson that I learned. Invest in audio equipment and skills. When shooting a TV show and you have 4 different people that you need to mic up, in my TV show Shirly Vs Nomi, it has 2 hosts and then 2 guests, so that's 4 mics that you have to consider and 4 inputs that you need to consider, and where do you put the audio and where do you record the audio. So I decided to tackle that problem with wireless mic. So the mic that I use is Comica Boom. It has 2 transmitter and 1 receiver that goes to 1 camera directly. You can go there, and I'm actually using it right now. Okay, so what do I mean by investing in audio equipment and skills? Because you have to remember that audio is half the video. So if you have a good video but terrible audio, it's just almost unbearable to watch. So you need to make sure the audio is good. And in my case, during Shirly Vs Nomi, I actually got the Comica Boom, like, I think it was a week before we actually started shooting. So I was cutting it quite close and I didn't even have time to fully learn how to use it. So we had a bit of a trouble in the first and second episode. If you look at it again and watch it again, it's available on YouTube, link in description. You're gonna hear some audio problem, especially during the carpool segment. One of the audio for one of the guests is just missing. So I think it was a problem with signal and not pairing the right transmitter to the right receiver. So, but those are the things that I kind of only figured out nowadays. And having 0 skills in audio, it was quite a big curve lah. A steep curve that I had to learn very quickly just to get the audio right. So if you are about to do your TV show, or even if you're not and you're trying to do just content on YouTube, do think more about learn more about audio skills. How to record it, what kind of equipment you're using, familiarizing yourself with the equipment that you're using. What's the limit here and there, what kind of channel that you're gonna use. Things like this, you have to be aware of when you're about to shoot a music video. Even though you're not the sound man, but at least you know what's going on so that you can plan your shoot around the audio equipments that you need to use. You have to prepare for the budgeting in terms of marketing. Okay, so now you plan your TV show. Okay, for pre-production, you buy this, buy that, buy that, buy this, buy that, for all the equipments you need to shoot the thing. And then now you go into production. Okay, now you're paying people, now you're buying equipments, buying props, paying for the space that you're gonna use. And then after that, you do post-production, which is you're paying for people to edit, you're paying people to do the graphics and all that. Okay, all the shows are done. I've sent it to TVS, I've sent everything, and then now I totally forgot about the budget to actually market the project. I'm very lucky that Shirly and Nomi are very willing to just help us market this, because it is their own show, so they have no problem just promoting. But imagine if they were not my friend. Imagine it was just some host that I hired specifically for this show that has nothing to do with their name or anything. So I should have prepared more in terms of marketing budget, because during marketing, there's a lot of manpower that you require, a lot more than I thought. Like editing the trailer, editing the teaser, making the graphics, doing the social media posts to promote to people. But all that takes money, all that takes time. So you should be able to have a budget. You should have a budget to pay people to do all those marketing, even the makeup they have to do every time they go live on Facebook for that show. Don't forget about marketing, post-production marketing. I totally forgot about that, the budget for that. And yeah, kind of feel bad about making people, do that even though the thing is done. But thank you, Shirly Nomi, for very willing to do it, to market the show. Yeah. The third thing that I learned, remember at the first part of the video when I say I also produce, direct, edit, and write the show? Oh my god! Wow! I got a bit way too busy to actually do any of the work properly. So I did a lot of mistakes where if I were to just focus on one thing, I probably wouldn't have made that mistake. But because my mind and my body was split into 4 different roles, it was a huge challenge up to the point that I was editing up till 4 and 5 in the morning just to get it done. It was too much. So if I were to sum it up, trust your team and do not burden yourself with too many roles and responsibilities. Just focus on one thing and just do that one thing very well. I know that as a YouTuber, you feel like, oh, I'm shooting this, I'm the host, I edit it, no problem, I can do it anytime. But when you're doing a TV show, the production gets a lot more complicated. Now there's 4 cameras, there's 3 cameras, now there's 4 mics, and then somebody have to take care of the prop, and then somebody have to take care of this, take care of that, take care of this. Get used to working in a team. That's literally it. Get used to working in a team. Because when you work in a team, you can focus on your job. So yeah, if you are thinking of doing a TV show, find your team, find your people that do all these different roles, okay? And I did ask audience like what kind of question they have about me doing this video. So I have a few questions here. Let me just answer them very quickly. First question is from Belris B. Apps apa ngena edit videonya and buat Dini Studio sedap ya rap? I edit on Adobe Premiere Pro CC, and about Dini Studio sedap ya rap, do you mean like episode 2 where the Shirly Nomi rap? It is actually, we shot the first 2 episodes at Monkey Bar. We shot the 2 first episodes at Monkey Bar. So shout out to Monkey Bar. And the next question is, mana Razik Sulaiman, mana cari producer function? Next question is Mark Gloria. What's the hardest part of it? The hardest part of it is definitely for me is post-production. Because the thing with post-production is you're just one guy sitting in front of the laptop or PC, just playing with the footage, trying to make it make sense. Because you have to understand, when we produce for TV shows, our show is slated for a 30 minute. You have to make the show, the finished video, no less than 24 minutes, but no more than 26 minutes. So when you're editing, sometimes what you shot is more than what you can fit within 26 minutes. And sometimes what you shot is much less than 24 minutes when combined and edited together. So you have to find creative ways to make sure that it reaches this within this small margin of 26 minutes. And then the last question from Norman Baggio. How long does it take to edit one episode? It depends. Like the first episode, the pilot episode, that takes the longest because we still don't know how the show is gonna look, how the show is gonna proceed, and we're not sure. Even though we already planned for it, but when you go through editing, things can change. And like I said with the question before this, sometimes it doesn't fit the 24-26 minute limit. So you have to change things, you have to decide what kind of template you want to use, what kind of lower third you're going to use, because you're going to use it for the rest of the episode. So the first episode took the longest, which is I think was about like a week or 2. And then we have to send it to the VS, they comment on it a little bit, and then we have to re-edit, change a few things based on their comment, send again, and then the comment again. I think it was twice that it was rejected, that we had to re-edit again. So in total, if you want to say from starting to the finished accepted product, I think it was about 3 weeks. So, but after that, after we got the format for the first episode, it was pretty easy to just copy and paste the same template, the same style to every episode. Please support the show, do watch it. It's on TVS every Tuesday at 6:30 PM, and if you cannot catch it on TVS, you can watch it on YouTube. And we hope with your support, we can get a season 2. So tag TVS, tag Shirly Nomi. Thank you for your support. I hope I can do more. And if you have any question, just comment down below, and I gladly answer. I just want to share this experience, this knowledge that I wish I knew before I started. So thank you.